Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
And I'm Sean, and we are in...
Quarantine!
Day,
I don't even know what day of quarantine. 4?
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
It feels like that.
Since Sunday? It's Thursday?
Sure.
Quarantine!
Is it officially quarantine?
Well, I mean, self-quarantine.
Right. It's kind of like we're in this situation now where we've been told... I'm not sick, by the way. That was not a corona cough.
Oh, okay.
Just letting people know.
Okay.
That was Colorado's dry cough.
Colorado is dry.
I have a lot of those.
That's the fucking truth.
I mean, look. I was on a plane a couple of days ago, like a week ago.
Uh-huh. So far, so good.
So far, so good. I think I'll be okay. I don't know if I'm one of those secret carriers. Asymptomatics. Asimps.
Well, we're not going anywhere, so.
We're not going anywhere.
Just us here.
But it feels like
Cats.
It's a thing where it's like we're like, it's kind of like everything is being scaled back to such a degree that it doesn't make sense to go anywhere other than just get to your essentials. Mm-hmm. You know, to go to your pharmacy or go to your supermarket or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically where we're at.
Yeah.
And it feels weird because it's not like you can't not go outside.
Oh yeah, no, go outside all you want.
You
just maintain.
I mean, maybe not right now for us because it's fucking.
Well, it's the first day of spring, and
what's today? Today's 21st. Isn't the first day of spring like?
I thought today was the first day of spring.
I think Saturday is.
Oh,
because it's the 19th today. I think.
Let me look.
I think the first day of spring is like the 21st.
I think it moves.
Oh, does it? I just thought it was the same day every year. Guys, let's find out what spring
in
is.
the Northern Hemisphere for 2020 will begin on Thursday, March 19th.
Oh, shit!
So, yes, it is the first day of spring. And, of course, Colorado style brings it in a nice old snowstorm. I got about, 7 inches of snow out there.
Yeah, it's all wet snow,
and
too.
And it's heavy as fuck, yeah.
It's heavy snow.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, that'll go away.
You know, it's supposed to stop at like 3 o'clock this morning.
What's our sitch? What's the weather sitch going to be for the next couple of days?
Let me look. So my app says right now it's 28 degrees because of course it's Colorado. It says it's going to stop snowing around midnight, and then tomorrow's we might get a little bit more snow tomorrow night.
But what about like coming up?
Saturday's supposed to be 45, and then next week by Wednesday it should be 60.
Okay. See.
So that's nice.
See, there we go.
I mean, it's very Colorado.
Spring has sprung and we're in the house.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
I'm trying something different right now, actually.
How's that going for you?
Well, I'm holding a mic stand, but I'm just holding the stand. I'm not holding like the base.
Uh-huh.
So I'm holding it. So I'm hoping it cuts down on the mic noise. And Jen is actually using a stand, but it's on the couch
It's on the couch.
I want comfort.
I know.
So hopefully this works. But nonetheless, things are very...
it's just weird.
Very weird right now.
Everybody knows. It's just weird right now.
And it's affecting a lot of how people do things and, entertain themselves.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope, because I had somebody brought this up today and they were like, hey, maybe like podcast listening's going to go down because people aren't driving or, they're not on their commutes.
Well, it could. I think it depends because, I mean, for me, yes, I do listen to a lot of podcasts when I drive, but the other thing that I do, like obviously when I commute, but when I clean, when I work out, like if it's the summertime when we're out gardening and stuff, I listen to them then. So, I mean, maybe people will find other uses for them.
I certainly hope so.
Because...
that's my livelihood.
I know. Well, I think also it's just nice to hear other people's voices.
It's a content stream that you can do without having to be somewhere in a studio. Not that, I mean, it definitely helps.
Well, yeah, for the creation of podcasts, sure. I'm just talking about the listening.
No. I'm saying, but in terms of like for the creation of podcasts, like it could be easily arranged much more. I think it could be easily arranged better to create podcasts and have them be available without having, because first of all, they're free for the most part. You know, I hope that it's something where we, people just decide to take a chance on it more.
Well, I think it's also easier. Like, it's not like a TV show where people have to come and you have to film.
Right. And you need all sorts of production to do it.
And you need, like, to actually film people doing a thing, and you need a set and whatever. Like, podcasts, people can do podcasts remotely.
We're doing it right now.
We're not remote. We're sitting here staring at each other.
Right, but it's just
not
us.
within the recommended 6 feet of distance, but that's okay. We don't have to keep social distance.
No, we're husband and wife.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, like, we don't have to film or whatever. So, and people can do it via Skype and via, synced tapings and all that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I am excited about one thing though, because apparently now that movie theaters aren't open, and I'm not excited about movie theaters not being open, but I am excited about the fact that they're going to release Bloodshot to streaming like next week.
You might as well.
And I'm like, because I wanted to go see Bloodshot. I was going to go, but I'm like, oh, I can't. So now we can watch it streaming. So at least we'll be able to see it. I don't know what to expect from it.
I think what we might do, as we talked about, is do a watch along with it.
I think maybe we should.
I think that would make a good thing. It's a brand new movie. I think it's something to engage with, and maybe if it's funny,
well, let's see how much it costs. Like, I don't want to pay like $25 for some stupid Vin Diesel bullshit movie.
That's true. Okay, you know what? Let's table that. Let's
see how much it costs.
What if it's like $10?
Maybe.
Really?
10 might be okay.
I think that's probably the good question.
But if it's $24.99, I'm not fucking. No, I will wait till it comes to rent.
Well, that's more than paying for a ticket to the movie.
I know, but are they going to be like, buy it on DVD today? It's going to cost the same amount as it would if it was DVD. Like when Midsummer came out, how long was it? Like $20 before it dropped down.
It was $20. It was less.
15. It was still expensive. We waited for it to like be rented. Now it's on Prime. It doesn't fucking matter, but
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I want to see the film, so we'll.
I would like to see it as well. So let's see.
Well, actually, here's a question.
How much it costs?
For the folks that listen out there, I mean, there's a bunch of you out there. What do you guys think about us maybe doing some like commentaries on some shows? I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
They possibly aren't here. But I think given the circumstances, I think it might be cool to do some of those.
Yeah.
And just put them out there.
It's
and
not
just
like
get
we
it
can
out.
go anywhere.
Yeah, it's not like we can go anywhere. For the time being. Hopefully that time will be shorter than sooner than later that we can get out of the house.
Right.
Everybody can join us in the public space.
Yeah. I will say, because I'm turning 40 next week. It's my 40th birthday. 40. Because I'm old.
No, I turned 40 in a couple months after that. So
yeah, well, you still have months. I will say that of all the ways I ever thought I'd spend my 40th birthday, under quarantine due to pandemic was not on that list.
But you read a lot of...
I like reading about pandemics. I don't like living through them.
No, I don't know.
But I was like, this is not how I envisioned spending my 40th birthday. But that's okay. We have beer. We have wine. I do intend...
Do we have wine?
We do. We have 3 bottles of wine. We need more wine. But we'll get some soon.
Yeah, we got to stock up.
But we do have wine. And we have a bunch of beer.
We do. We got a bunch of diverse beers in the fridge.
We do. We've got a bunch of diverse beers. So I'm not worried about the beers. I plan on making some brownies and drinking some wine on my birthday. And that's apparently how I'm going to have to spend it.
But I'm going to be here. But at least I'm going to be here.
At least you're going to be here, because they were threatening to leave you in Orlando for who the fuck knew how long. And I was like, I'm going to spend my 40th birthday literally all by myself with the cats.
We will see. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the case. Well,
not now.
I don't think so. But, shoot us a message on Facebook at worstcollectionever@gmail.com. And let us know if some stuff you want us to do.
Or you can post it under the comments for this episode on Facebook or Twitter. Yeah. Whatever. Let us know.
Or also, I have to look at this, but you just told me about it, about Rob Kelly. Friend of the show.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's Rob, right? Is it Rob Kelly?
I think so. Let me pull it up right now.
A lot of people are doing it where they're just, they're here in their house. So it's like, why don't you show us?
There you go.
Why don't you show what we're what's going on in our houses.
Yeah, he's showing his cool spinner rack. Maybe we should do
I
something.
think we should do that because we gotta like maybe we'll just show. I'll have to show the toys, the action figures.
Yeah, maybe you should.
That. Like I think because what I could do is I could easily do like I could pull out like a collection and just I could talk about like where I got them.
Oh, I know you can.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yes.
I could be like, well, did I mention I went to a Second and Charles out in Allentown last time?
I don't know if you mentioned it last time.
I did because I went there and maybe I did, but it was a big. It's definitely a bigger Second and Charles than I'm used to, which is pretty cool. And I found a Phantom Stranger figure for like $6, which is pretty impressive considering that I feel like that at least any figure, because I think there's only like 2 figures of him, and they're pretty elusive. So they might be a bit more expensive. But I just found this one sitting in a pack, and I was like, well, I need it now. Because he's the one that was hard to find to complete my Swamp Thing 50 diorama that I was doing on my desk at Sideshow years ago.
Well, maybe you can set it up now and talk about it.
Maybe I will. Maybe that'll be the first video.
Do a little video.
I'll just get all the characters that I have from there, that diorama, and I'll just talk about because I got all my Dr. Fates. You know what this is giving me? You know what's doing? This whole situation is doing for me is giving me
anxiety.
Well, yes, but it is also giving me perspective on like living my life. And so if we can get past this, I'm going to enjoy maybe if I can. To expand my collection and enjoy myself. Yeah. I enjoy myself. I bought a Switch, and I've actually had a chance to play a bunch of games on it, some stuff that I downloaded. I figured out how to do it where you can sign up for a Japanese account, and then you could
access different games.
You could access games that way. Like you could purchase games that way, but you can play them on your American account. So what they have is how I bought that NES and Super NES thing. Well, they also have Famicom and a Super Famicom version of that.
Oh, neat.
So, which is basic. It's pretty much the same games with the exception of a few differences. But it's nice to have that because you never know what else might pop up there in those collections. Because the idea is that they're supposed to upload new games like every month or something to this collection. I should probably look and see what else is coming out for that. But it's very exciting. So I just like it.
Yeah, he's holding it.
Holding it.
He loves his Switch.
I do. I didn't think I would be a Nintendo guy because I've been for many years. I've been a PS4 guy or PlayStation guy, and like this, it just feels like you could play sometimes.
I might try it.
You should.
If you download Cuphead, let me know. I
could download Cuphead.
I'd like to try it.
You want to try Cuphead?
Yeah, we don't have to do it right now, but
Cuphead.
I think Cuphead looks cool.
It is pretty cool,
and I always wanted to.
It was very tough.
I know it looks hard as hell.
I just think it's like a lot.
Is there an easy mode?
I don't know.
Is there a baby mode? I need baby mode. Like even an infant could do this.
You just run and you just shoot a guy and then you run for like another. Like,
nobody shoots at you. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, right. Well, anyways, we'll see if we can get some stuff going as far as videos go and that because we don't have anything fancy, but we got phones. Yeah. I got an iPad.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got video.
Yeah. Well, some fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break and we'll come back with our book for this week.
So we're going to be working together? Really? Worst film you ever saw? Well, my next one will be better.
It's the Film and Water Podcast. The Film and Water Podcast covers movies new and old, classic and not so classic. Proud member of the Fire and Water Podcast Network, available weekly on fireandwaterpodcast.com and on iTunes and Stitcher.
All right, we're back here on Worst Collection Ever with our book for this week. It is RoboCop.
Oh boy.
Is it officially just RoboCop?
I think it's just RoboCop.
Yeah, it's just RoboCop.
Do you need to yell
RoboCop?
Is it not officially RoboCop unless you're shouting?
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
RoboCop number 15 from May 1991. I wanted to say up front because I remember a while back when we got this book. I think I put it on Facebook or whatever, and Nick Prom, friend of the show, was like, "Yo, I think he commented on it, and I was like, yeah, maybe we should do this on there, and never got around to it. I apologize, Nick. The only reason why I'm doing this now is because I was looking for something to do, and I was kind of looking for something in the nihilistic mood of things.
Well, this fits.
And RoboCop, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he's from the now times.
It's pretty much like, we're not that far off from RoboCop future.
I just realized we're gonna have to refer to everything that ever happened before this stupid pandemic as the before times.
Do we have to?
Yes.
It's gonna be confusing.
Back in the before times.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lived for almost 40 years.
Yeah, come on.
In the before time.
What the fuck, man?
Well,
40 is a pretty good length of years.
That's the thing. I mean, shit, there's children who will never know the before times.
Really?
Sure.
Well, if they're born after this.
Yeah, I mean, there's people who were born literally walking around today who can fucking vote and shit who don't remember life before 9/11. We're just
that is very strange to me.
It's really upsetting, actually.
It's very strange to me meeting people, because now it's also like you meet people that are born in they're like my brother,
99.
No, but people that are like my brother Mark's age.
Oh, sure.
Mark was born in 85. So people born in 85, anything between 85 and 90. They're at the age where they're old enough, they're older now.
Yeah.
So I can't really look at somebody that was born in 1990 and be like, oh, you're just a baby. I mean, you can.
I mean, I still feel that way.
You feel that way, but it's just weird, because a lot of wrestlers, that are out there now.
Oh, the younger kids, yeah.
Yeah, just for instance, the new guys in the New Day, I think they're all my brother, Brian or Mark's age.
Oh, sure.
Nobody's my age anymore.
No. I mean, there's a couple of them out there.
There's a few of them. I think
Joey Ryan's our age.
Joey Ryan, Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Robert Roode. I think Ziggler.
Sure.
Maybe he might be a year or two younger.
I mean, obviously, there's dudes like Hogan are way older than us.
No, right. But I'm saying there's guys that came up in a certain. They're my peers and some. They're not my peers, but they're
age peer.
But it's you see that. But sometimes you see these people on TV for so long, and you don't.
Randy Orton's our age, isn't he?
Randy Orton is our age.
Yeah.
And you see them on TV for so long, and you don't. It doesn't occur because you just automatically think everybody is older somehow. But it does. I mean, you don't get that.
No, I totally know. Especially somebody like Randy Orton who's been on TV for so fucking long.
Randy Orton's
I'm just obviously he's older than me. No, he's just been on TV since he was young.
Randy Orton debuted in 2002.
Yeah, he was 22.
So he was 22.
Yep.
And I was 22.
Yeah, me too.
But when I was 22, I did not feel like I was Randy Orton.
Well, yeah, I mean, I still felt like I was some kid. I still feel like I'm some kid, even though I'm going to be fucking 40 in less than a week.
I do too. I mean, I think you know what it is? I think it's because we buy crap.
Well, we buy crap. We also have no children.
Yeah!
Woo! Buy crap, have no children, read comic books.
That's how you live forever.
That is how you fucking live forever.
I'm going to live forever! Anyways, RoboCop. Number 15, May 1991. This particular issue says RoboCops, and there's an S spray painted at the end of RoboCop. I think the official title would be RoboCop: The Future of Law Enforcement, but
sure. I also really like on this cover up in the corner where the Marvel Comics logo is, how it's him. He's holding a stabby thing, but it looks like he's just flipping off somebody
that's, you know what that
with
is?
a very slim middle finger.
True, but he's kind of doing the Wolverine from the first X-Men.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you know what that is? You've seen this movie, obviously.
A long time ago, yeah.
Movie we just saw it a year ago.
No, that's right. We saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Yes, because we went to that wrestling show. Yes, okay, I remember now.
Remember when we can go in public?
Yeah, hey, that was fun.
Remember those things?
When we saw a wrestling show at the Alamo Draft House?
Yeah. But no, that's his...
Before times.
That's his... that's his USB port.
Oh,
don't you remember that? When he after he
it's like a R2D2 fucking USB port.
But he also uses it to kill, because this is how because he uses this to
blood in there.
What?
You get blood in your USB.
Oh, he uses it for everything. So he uses this to transfer information, but then he also at the end he stabs Red Foreman in the neck with it.
Yeah. But how do you clean that shit out?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you would probably want to try to keep the USB clear, but what do
I
I know?
Maybe
I'm not a computer man.
You know, maybe we're close to USB sticks that can be used as weapons.
Yeah.
So you have a sword. You have a sword on the battlefield, and then you just go, "Ha information!" and then you stab it
You're
into
like,
a
hold
tank.
on, I gotta upload my new my iTunes library.
You could upload a PDF to a tank.
Ooh.
And that.
Whoa, I mean,
and that tank can shoot out your resume.
what is it going to print it for me?
Yes, it shoots out a it shoots out a lead resume.
It 3D prints a fucking resume for me?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be for.
Oh, wow.
See, I'm just giving ideas for, when we need to start doing this shit,
I know,
because the shit's fucking wild. All bets are off.
All bets are off now. Because, I mean, I'm telling you, like, I had to attend a virtual happy hour via WebEx with my colleagues the other night.
I like the dedication to that.
It actually was kind of neat because I'd never done anything like that before, but I was like, I had to put my makeup on and shit because I'm not going on camera without makeup. But I was like, I could put on a wig. Like, I could put on my pink wig right now. Who the fuck's going to stop me? It's the now time.
Anyways, RoboCop.
RoboCop.
On the cover here, it's the title says "Lost in the Crowd," and it basically
Lots of RoboCops.
Yeah, a bunch of RoboCops, a bunch of purple RoboCops. And then we have RoboCop proper.
Mm-hmm. And he's like on his knees, like kind of having one of those like anguished reaches.
Yeah.
The comic book characters like to have when they're on their knees.
By the way, this was written by Simon Furman, which makes total sense. Simon Furman basically, I don't know if I'm pretty sure he created it, but no, he's pretty much responsible for like everything Death's Head and like Death's Head 2. Like he's kind of like that guy. So
neat.
So it makes sense that he's writing RoboCop here. So we have a cover. So the story is called Ashes, but excuse me, Ashes.
Oh, that's right. There's an exclamation point.
Exclamation point. And we start off with RoboCop being like self-destructed by this guy that works for the OCP. I don't know who the actor is, but there's like that. I don't know. Maybe it's the same guy because I feel like there's a lot of characters from the movies that are integrated in here. Well, this is 91, so RoboCop 2 is already out.
Okay.
So the old man is still around. Dick Jones is dead.
Uh-huh.
And then I don't know who this guy, I don't know if this is the same other guy from the same other black dude from the first movie. But this guy is like basically like, hey, I have to like explode RoboCop because there's this doctor here. Now, is it this doctor here? Let
me see which one.
This redhead guy. This guy, his name is like Thigh.
Oh yeah.
Is he the one that's been doing the procedures on the criminals?
Yeah, I think he's been like assisting in it. So it's like basically wherever we're coming up is RoboCop. There's this guy who wants to create all the RoboCops because he feels like Detroit. What is that guy's name? I don't even know his name.
Is it the black guy?
Yeah.
Johnson.
And Johnson's like, okay, I have been basically abducting people and lobotomizing them so I can make an army of RoboCops because we have to stop Detroit's crime because that is the problem. And all sacrifices are necessary because this is for the greater good. And then the redheaded guy is like a doctor who works for him, I guess.
He's also helped create RoboCop.
Yeah. And
like he helped like put together.
So Johnson has like initiated RoboCop's self-destruct thing in his chest. And he's like, well, RoboCop, it's time for you to die so my dream can be realized. So that's kind of where we start here.
Yeah. Basically, RoboCop's just having really bad heartburn, but at the same time, he's doing this thing where I don't know if he's thinking it or if he's saying it.
I think his computer circuits are like saying it out loud because there's one part that's like crash, crash, crash.
Pretty much. But so basically, this Johnson guy is like, hey, look, so I like got him to explode. He's going to explode like in a minute. So you better like get away.
Get the fuck out, bro.
Because this is what we're doing. And so
this is what we're doing now.
The redhead guy, what's this guy's name?
Thiel or Thiel?
Thiel.
Sure.
Thiel is Thiel's like, okay, well maybe I can figure this out. You know?
Yeah, he's like, they basically they argue about it. RoboCop's having serious heartburn.
Yeah.
And he had serious Taco Bell, and Johnson's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get in my cool car with my chauffeur and get the hell out of here because that guy's gonna blow sky high.
Yep.
So, have we gotten to my favorite panel yet where there's just like a random dude through a chain link fence?
Isn't that later?
It might be later.
That's at the end. Actually,
you can see him as he drives away, though.
Where?
He is in there somewhere where he, like when the guy gets in the car and starts driving away, or like when he comes back. Okay, we'll get there. So he starts driving away, and this style guy's like, okay, I'm going to rip open RoboCop's chest. I'm going to take this shit out. I'm going to save RoboCop because I'm tired of running away from things because I've run away from everything my whole life, blah, 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 big hero moment. So he starts ripping RoboCop open.
But he can't, and RoboCop just comes alive, and he's like, I'll do it myself.
He rips it open. But as the Johnson guy is like, oh, okay, chauffeur, hey, can you stop here because we're far enough away? I want to make sure that he blows up, but then we have to send him like a clean team. We have to like collect shit. And that's...
what? You know what? I skipped this page.
Oh, you did?
That's what I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's because I went to the page and I just opened, I skipped the page between the guy driving away and then I see the explosion.
Oh,
and I'm like, how did that happen?
Okay, so he like rips it off and he grabs that little, looks like a watch battery, the way they've drawn it, and he picks it up and it explodes. But the Johnson guy's basically on the other side of a chain link fence, and there's a dude through the chain link fence.
Was this guy fight?
This must have been in the previous issue because there's literally like a guy in a suit that's been thrown through a chain link fence.
Well, we find out later, because actually I just opened to the page, this guy's name was a mercenary named Flack.
Okay.
Who wanted a RoboCop body.
Oh, yes.
And Johnson gave him one, and basically he got jobbed out.
Yeah, so...
He's just still... He's there for like... Nobody, like, he's there forever.
He's just, like, they just leave his body laying there. But Johnson, right before RoboCop blows up, Johnson realizes what this style guy's doing, and he's like, tells the chauffeur to, like, go stop him.
Yeah.
So the chauffeur, like, runs through the chain link fence where the hole is, where that guy's body is, and fucking just eats it. He gets blown the fuck up.
Oh, that's what happens then.
That guy died.
Okay, because I thought...
that poor chauffeur who was just trying to do his goddamn job just got blown the fuck up.
This is my favorite scene from Parasite. If you've ever seen Parasite.
Yes.
That's how Parasite ends. There's
respect.
What?
Respect. Oh, speaking of, so apparently today, Jennifer Lopez posted this video of like her kid in the backyard of the house. She's like, oh, we can't go anywhere, but here's my kid on his like hoverboard thing. Uh-huh. And the way the backyard and the house looks, it literally looks like the Parasite house.
Ooh.
So everybody's like, do you need an art tutor? And people are like, check your basement. And somebody just put respect. They're like, would you like me to tutor your son in English?
Are you allergic to peach fuzz?
Yeah, like seriously, that was like hundreds of comments like that.
That's funny because if you see the movie, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Just some crazy dude running out with a knife.
Yeah, and it was just like, hey, do you need a maid? Perhaps a driver?
That's fucking funny.
It was fucking funny.
So yeah, but this fucking chauffeur gets jobbed out.
Oh, he dies.
That's what makes sense. That makes sense now because I thought I was looking at the Thyre and this is RoboCop's body. Uh-huh. I thought that's what happened that they got thrown away, but I didn't realize that that's this.
You missed a whole page.
Yeah, I missed the whole page. I missed the whole like guy getting jobbed out.
Yep, that guy died.
It makes sense now.
Well, now it makes sense. So that guy's dead, and then so. RoboCop like gets up and he's like, all right, time to like kick some ass with this Johnson guy, but his gun is gone. So that's when this style guy's like,
no, he just gives him his gun.
Well, that's what I mean. The style guy hands him his gun. Yeah. And he's like, hey man, I'm on your side. Let's do this. But Johnson like gets away. But as that's happening, isn't there
he crashes his car.
Right. But he tries to get away.
And he shoots his wheels.
Right. RoboCop shoots his wheels. So he crashes. But he gets out of the car, and there's, like, this woman who I'm assuming is RoboCop's partner.
That's Lewis. That's Nancy Allen's character from the movie.
Okay.
Who she's just... I don't know what she is doing here.
I think she's a cop.
Yeah, I think she's a cop, but I think she was trying to find RoboCop, and she just shows up, and...
It's like...
I think she was gonna, like, shoot this dude.
Well, I think she's, like, running up to be like, hey, man, you just crashed, but she's got her gun out, and he's like, oh... Like, Johnson's like, this place is fucking crazy. Like, even the joggers have weapons, and he, like, runs away.
Shout out to Detroit.
Yep, what up, Detroit?
Yeah, so RoboCop's like, he's gonna try to.
He goes to the factory.
Well, he tries to do the thing where he tries to get after Johnson, but as is in the movie, he has a hidden directive that doesn't allow him to shoot OCP executives, but somehow that gets overridden.
Probably just by the pure hate.
Yeah,
that capitalism inspires in all of us.
That's right. He overcomes.
Yeah.
So he goes to the OCP building, and actually, no, does he? No, he doesn't go to OCP. He follows after this guy.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, we go back to OCP building, and the old man,
old dudes talking,
basically old dudes, and basically he's like.
Doesn't he give the order to like turn on all the RoboCops?
He says, "Turn on all the RoboCops and destroy the evidence. We're not,
fuck it.
We're gonna fuck it. We're doing this." And then we go to the RoboCop factory, and RoboCop's having like thoughts.
Yeah, he's having like all sorts of thoughts. He's like, I have to look at all of these people as dead because they're RoboCops, and then like that's when they all turn on.
Well, basically, so all these guys right now, they're not like on the cover. They're basically like heads.
Yeah.
Like they're basically like RoboCop the way that he looks when he doesn't have his helmet on.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
also they don't have like all of like the armor and the metal, like the bulky pieces.
Right.
They kind of have like, they're just kind of like skeletons.
Yeah.
But with like human heads, so it looks fucked up.
Just really human faces. It's real kind of.
And so Johnson's like, "Hey, I order you to turn them on. I'm going to stick this gun up your nose," to one of the scientists. And then they all turn on, and it's kind of freaky because they're all just kind of like they
all look like him. They
all look like him, and they're also like their eyes are all bugging out. They're all like
yeah.
It's drawn pretty creepy.
And they like attack him, and the lady cop like busts in, and she's like,
"Ooh, lady cop,
I'm gonna save you." And he's like, "No, this is it. This is how I end. I wished for oblivion, but I die in a nightmare."
RoboCop is he
gets really philosophical here.
Yeah, but also just the way that looks is he's getting accosted by these extra RoboCops. And I don't know if they're like what they're trying to do to him. Are they just like?
I think they're trying to kill him, but then.
Well, how are they trying to kill him? Because it looks like they're trying to eat him, but they're also like punching him on the top of the head.
I think that's it. They're gonna beat him to death. I don't know.
Yes, it just looks weird.
But then there's this one that shoots out. I don't know, like a flammable gas tank.
No, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, because basically,
I can't see the book.
Johnson. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Johnson. It runs in with the scientists, and Lewis is like, "Hey, turn this shit off," and he's like, "I really can't. Everything's kind of doing their thing now." And does he? Okay, she looks over at RoboCop getting his ass kicked, and then does the scientist like grabs her by the hand by her gun? And then one of the RoboCops comes over and punches this dude.
Yeah,
because he's like, "Hey, you attacked a police officer, so now I'm gonna have to kick your ass."
It's like my programming says kick ass, and
programming says kick ass.
Yeah, my program says kick ass. So he like punches this guy, and this is where he gets this gun, right? Because this is the same one that like shoots that flammable thing.
Right. So one of the guys gets the gun.
Yeah.
From I think it's RoboCop's gun or one of the guns.
It's a gun. So he gets the gun and like saves the lady cop. And is this where he shoots the flammable thing?
No, we're not even there. There's like all this. There's like all this like hoo-ha going on.
Talking, because it's really none of it matters until we get to the explodey part.
Yeah, basically, Lewis is like, "Look, these are they're like robot zombies. You need to like
turn them off,
or use your power." And RoboCop does like a big dramatic yes.
Oh, that's right. He's like, "Oh no, I will overcome."
And Lewis starts shooting at one of them. But then the Thayer shows up behind one and just shoots it in the actual head.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to like actually like maybe kind of like incapacitate it, even though she can't.
Yeah, and this guy's like, "No, dude, just."
The guy's like, "No, just like shoot them in the meat."
Yeah.
Shoot them in the meat.
Whatever meat left they have left.
Yeah. And so this is where we finally get to one of the robots.
It's dark as shit too.
This robot's about to shoot RoboCop.
But this is where he shoots the flammable.
He shoots the flammable gas, and basically,
and RoboCop like goes, and he's like, "You weren't aiming for me. Like you were aiming for this gas," and he kind of just looks at RoboCop, and RoboCop
because he doesn't say anything.
He doesn't say anything, but RoboCop's like, "I understand. like go to oblivion, and this guy just burns alive.
Yeah,
he just and there's a picture of him just like looking like terrified. He's just like burning. It's like very
he just kind of walks through the flame, and then you see like his little body in the background.
Yeah,
here.
he dies.
It's
and
fucked
RoboCop's
up.
like, I get it. I don't want to live this way either, or whatever.
Oh, then RoboCop thinks the titular title, the titular word of the title,
ashes.
He thinks, I was like, is this then how the dream ends? In ashes? Ashes?
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
So then this is, he goes and he talks to, I think, Johnson.
Well, this is when,
right?
Actually what happens here is, no, the old man shows up. This is where we find, he's like, hey, this robot's been sitting here for like
right. This random robot body.
Random robot's been sitting in this fence. Some kids are going to find it.
Yeah.
But it's Detroit. So it's Detroit. It's future Detroit.
Yeah.
RoboCop Detroit. So,
it's Detroit.
It's whatever. He's there looking at it. And then Lewis shows up as this building is burning. And she shows up to confront the old man. She's like, hey, what the fuck's wrong? What the fuck? You had these robot zombies in this building. That's unethical and terrible, and I'm gonna fucking get you for this.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, well, it's all burned. And then RoboCop shows up, and he's like, yeah, everything's cool though.
He's like, let's make a deal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that's basically, so this is what happens: is RoboCop wants to make a deal with this guy. He's like, I can make this easy for you
because he filmed it.
Right. Because he's basically a body cam.
Yeah.
So he's like,
that's all RoboCop is in the future.
He's a giant body cam.
He's giant body cam.
So then we cut to like a news story. It's like 3-minute news or something. And they're like, oh, RoboCop has now been freed. He's no longer a member of the OC.
He's not OCP. He's actually just a cop now.
And now he's just a cop. So he's no longer under the control of OCP. He is now just a police officer, just like he always wanted to be. The end of it is just RoboCop walking out.
Being like, let's get to work.
Time to get to work. I'm just a cop now.
Time to shoot dudes in the dick.
Yeah. There wasn't any dick shooting in this.
No, there should have been, though.
That was sad.
I would have preferred a dick shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had some horrible robot zombie suicides going on.
Yeah.
Not enough dick shooting though.
No.
Could have used a few dick bullets.
Sure. Who doesn't need a dick bullet?
Well, most guys gonna want. I mean,
in your movie, like, if you're watching a RoboCop movie, you need a dick bullet. At least one.
Rated D for dick bullet.
Rated DB.
Mom, why is this movie rated DB?
Shut up and go to bed.
Shut up! You can't watch it.
Actually, it's the quarantine times. Knock yourself out, kid.
Anyways, that's it for RoboCop. Oh, we got a letters page.
Ooh.
RoboCopy is the title.
All right, not terrible.
I don't like it.
It could be worse.
I think it's pretty bad.
I mean, it's all right.
I'm not happy with it.
It's all right.
It could be better. I do like people though addressing these people, addressing the editors though.
Dear RoboCop.
Well, they say like somebody goes, "Dear Robo writers," "Dear Robo staff,"
meh.
"Dear Robo dudes,"
meh. "Dear RoboCop, write the letter to RoboCop, you coward."
"Dear RoboCop, you kick ass. Love, Sean Merrick.
Age 11.
Age 11. Parentheses, my dad let me watch this movie when I was 7. Next issue, let's see, I'll read this here. Just How Real Can TV Be? Joined guest artists Andrew Wildman and Danny Bolandi as RoboCop and Lewis tune in for TV Crimes.
Ooh, crimes.
Is this a crossover with like Unsolved Mysteries?
Ooh, maybe.
I would love that. I would love a cross. I think, if we're going to reboot. Do you think we already rebooted the franchise once?
Do you think RoboCop should be the host of the next Unsolved Mysteries?
Update. Just RoboCop in a trench coat.
Oh, dude!
Just walking out of the thing.
Yes, just like, walking out of the fuck. Just RoboCop walking out of the mist wearing a trench coat.
Just be like, this dirtbag pushed his wife down the stairs. Let's find him. Wanted update, and he just comes out.
Oh, it'd be great.
You know what? I was watching when I was on my trip the other day, one of my trips recently. I was watching some Forensic Files because that's what I'm doing now. Well, with this new Andals, you get like a whole bunch of them because now they're just
Because now they got Forensic Files 2.
Forensic Files 2. We're coming back, and they're doing the updates on those too.
Oh, they've got updates.
And we had a died in prison.
Oh, I love a died in prison.
I love a good old, you know what? I love a good old died in prison.
Oh, shut it. When we used to watch that
it was Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved Mysteries, when they would give us the update that they died in prison, Sean and I would cheer.
Yeah.
But then there were some really sad updates where it was like one guy was trying to find his family because he got on an orphan train and he never found them. This old man. And there was like...
Was that the same one where... No, it's a different one where the old man was searching for like his daughter.
Oh, she died in an explosion? No, it was different.
But then she died
It was because he had like basically been taken by the church because he had like his family was not able to care for him in New York, and they just put him on, it was the orphan train. This was an actual thing. And they put him on the train, and they would stop at every town.
I remember this, yeah.
And if people wanted to adopt him, you got adopted. But nobody ever wanted to adopt him, so he was alone, and he just got off at the last stop, and that was it. But then he couldn't find, like, his actual family, and he was just like, oh, you know, I'm on Unsolved... And this man was, like, 80. And he was like, oh, I'm on Unsolved Mysteries hoping that I can find, you know, somebody. I remember a sister or whatever. Because, like, one of his sisters had been adopted off the orphan train. And it was, like, no update. Yeah. It was like, oh no.
Yeah, those are the ones you kind of want a good update for. Yeah,
you're like, oh, I hope he found him. And then there was that one where it was, like, in California, where it was, like, some 75-year-old man who had started to show signs of dementia.
Oh, was this one of the... Yeah, was the guy went missing and they just didn't find him? He went missing,
and they were just like, you know, we really hope we can find my father. We think, you know, he got a ride to this gas station, da-da-da-da-da. We're hoping we can find him. No update. I was like, oh my God, they didn't even find his body? Like, what the hell? It was very upsetting.
But sometimes you get those died in prisons.
Died in prison's always great.
Like, this asshole went to jail for fucking killing somebody.
We're like, yay!
And then he died in prison. I'm like, it's like I saw that on the forensic files. Like, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, died in prison.
Yeah, there's some new ones, man. Some of those are, and actually, it's always, I don't know how it is possible at this point
that there's ones we've never seen.
There's ones of the original run that I've never seen. I'm like, how is that possible?
I'm telling you,
I feel like I've watched every Forensic Files.
I don't know, because I'm telling you, I went when I had to go on a business trip. Go in the hotel, and I turn on the TV because Forensic Files is always on.
It's always on.
And it's the best. So I was like, great. So I have Forensic Files on, and I'm just like, you know, checking my email, whatever. And there was one about like a murder in Australia, and they had a fucking kangaroo in the yard.
Was it the one where the guy was on a date with a woman in a car? Oh, that's a different one.
No, this is a totally different. But that was how they were like, it's in Australia. They like cut to a kangaroo that was just sitting there. But I was like, I've never seen this fucking thing. So I told you about it. You're like, what? No. And I was like, no, there's ones we've never seen. And now you've experienced
there's a few others. There's one. Maybe it was two. Okay, so there's one. Okay, so there's one where it was a guy, super religious, but like, it was just like in the 70s.
Okay.
Or like the late 60s or 70s or something like that. And he felt his family was becoming too non-Christian. So then he just like...
Family annihilator.
So then what happened was, and he was like, he lost his job. So he was like, well, fucking annihilate the family. So he just shot his family to death with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't find him because he skipped. And this was like back in the old, you know, this is like way back before like they had like any sort of gimmicks to help find people. So what they did was they got like a forensic sculptor to like...
Oh, I know this story. Then his neighbor turned him in.
Right, because they put the sculpting on America's
it was so
Most
good.
Wanted.
Yeah, and it was so good that the neighbor turned him in.
Did you see that episode, or did you just know about the story?
I know that story because it's been on My Favorite Murder.
Yeah, so they did Forensic Files about that. I didn't know about that. And there was one about a kid. Well, he survived. No, he survives. But the kid, it got kind of contracting like a rare like form of E. coli, like a blood disease, because he...
Oh, you told me this one.
Did I tell you about this?
You did tell me about this.
Yeah, because he was it terrifies me actually, because I could see myself being this stupid. Where this kid was like on a camping trip and they were cooking burgers, and there was like a piece of like raw burger meat that was kind of half cooked but not all cooked, and he was just like, I was so hungry and I just ate it. And it didn't taste right, but I didn't want to spit it out in front of my friends, so I ate it. And then then he ended up getting a coli and like
almost
basically
dying.
Like his like kidneys are fucked for life.
Yeah.
But then he went on to become a doctor.
Oh, good.
He didn't die in prison or out of prison.
Oh, good.
So
yeah, he's doing good things.
Yeah.
Would you read more Robot?
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy a RoboCop. Again, not enough dick shooting, but I enjoy a RoboCop.
Here's the deal.
Is there dick shooting?
you don't really find these books out a lot.
That is true.
This was a very rare find for me. Not that it's probably not it's not rare and it's not really in demand as far as I know. Like I don't think it's worth anything.
Oh, probably not. Who
But
cares?
you don't see these a lot.
Right.
I'm a big fan of RoboCop stuff. I feel like that's a franchise. It's a franchise that never. There's a lot of stuff out there for it, but there isn't.
Sure.
You know, I don't know. I feel like there could always be more. And they rebooted that movie a couple years ago.
That movie was bad.
It was bad, and it was actually very uncomfortable.
It was upsetting.
It was upsetting.
It was. I couldn't watch it
because it was like the whole thing where like weren't they? They're really like prolonging the part where the guy gets turned into RoboCop.
Yeah, and there was just the existential dread and how fucked up it is.
It's uncomfortable.
It was so upset I couldn't watch the rest of it.
Stick with the originals.
Upsetting. Yeah, stick with the originals where he shoots a guy in the dick.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think there's any dick shooting in this new one.
No.
You know, you need the dick shoots. Anyways, thanks for listening, folks. Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Stay at home if you can. Flatten the curve.
Find us on stuff.
Find us on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on @AngryHeroSean.
And I'm @Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook, Worst Collection Ever, and you can email the show, worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And please rate, review, subscribe the podcast. I was saying that half yawning. Rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts and anywhere that you get this podcast. And let your friends know. If they're looking for something to listen to in these weird times.
Yeah, let them know.
Tell them about us. Let us know what you guys want us to cover, like stuff in terms of like movies or
do you want to see our collection? You want to see?
Oh, they're going to see it. I mean, they're going to see it.
You want to see Sean talking about action figures?
I will make videos.
Oh,
I think we're just going to do that.
I don't think Sean would stop making videos.
I will make a video about everything in the house. Here's the thing, because once I get done with the games, or once I get done with the toys,
you got to start talking about games.
I'll talk about the games, and then I'll talk about the comics, and then I'll talk about the
cats.
The cats, and then I'll find something to talk about, and just spend time on it when I can.
Sure.
So, but anyways, thanks again, folks, for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.